Howdy. What's up? I'm Canute Eliason from Nitro Snowboards, and yeah, I've been snowboarding for over 20 years now at least, and have a family of my own now, and I just thought it was about time that just spread some knowledge and some hacks that I know. So this is a how-to tutorial for beginner snowboarders, people who've never done it before, people who are at the beginning stages and looking for some tips of how to set themselves up for success when they go to the mountain. And the first thing you want to do is get a snowboard somehow, right? There's ways of doing it. You can go to the mountain, you can take a lesson right away, or you can go buy one. I'm going to say the first most important thing you're going to need for a successful day on the mountain is a pair of snowboard boots that fit your feet nicely. So you can either invest in that your own, or you can go to the mountain and rent some or borrow some from a friend. Just make sure they're comfortable, because that's going to determine how much fun you have that day. The next thing I'm going to say to anyone out there looking to start snowboarding is there's something you can do that's going to set you up for success when you get to the mountain, but it's not going to cost you much money, and you don't have to waste time at the mountain, and you can do it in a relaxing arena by yourself, right? So what you're going to want to do is, if you live somewhere where there is snow, go to a park, somewhere where there's flat snow like this, a flat ground with nice snow that is firm and not powder, and either borrow a snowboard from a friend with some boots, or rent a snowboard, or do it in your yard. Just get a snowboard and some boots and get familiar with the snowboard. Got the bindings here, got the board here, got the boots here. And the best thing and the first thing you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna learn if you are goofy or regular. Goofy means that your right foot is forward. Regular means that your left foot is forward when you're riding. The best way to do that is to have a friend just give you a little push on the back, and if you step forward with your right foot, that means you're goofy most likely. And if you step forward with your left foot, that's gonna mean you're regular. I personally am goofy. And you can also test this out by strapping in and going one foot and feeling which one feels the most comfortable when you're one footing. So, you're gonna wanna strap into the board. Once you got the board flat area, borrowed a setup from your friends, find the flat area, get your snowboard, put it on the ground, strap in. If you wanna learn how to strap in, check out my strap in video that I just have under how to strap into a snowboard. And I'm gonna say one good tip for when you're stepping on and strapping into your snowboard is to take your back foot, the one that you're not using to lead with. So for me, it's my left foot because I'm goofy, so this one goes forward. Take my back foot, I put my toe on the board and the heel on the snow, and that's gonna help keep the board in place and make you more stable when you're strapping in. Then, strap in using the ankle strap first. Boom, boom, boom. Strap it nice and in quickly. Get center balance before you take your step off. You see how I just went like this real quick? It's easy to slip out like that. So have your foot, toe on the board, heel on the snow. Get center balance. It's not a race. Take your board, take your ankle strap, move it out to the side like so. Make sure it's clear there. Get some snow off of the bottom if there is any. Take your weight on top of your foot that's strapped in and slowly step into the other binding. Nice and slow. It's not a race. Then you start with the ankle strap, strap it down. Follow up with the toe strap, which you can either wear over the tip of your boot or over the top. These are Nitro Team Pro bindings, and they're designed to go over the tip of the boot. So that's where I ride them. So now you're strapped in, right? Crazy. So all you gotta do is just kind of stand up, move around, feel how it feels to stand on your board, how your boots flex, how the binding makes the board respond when you flex, and then just get comfortable. And there you are, you're in your yard or in a park, flat surface area. No one's around stressing you. You're just calm. It's your first time experiencing this snowboard situation, and just play around with it. What I like to do is I like to just move back and forth, warm up the arms, feel how the board moves underfoot. Maybe take a quick squat, see how the boots restrict your ankles when you squat, because that's gonna be a new feeling. Squat like this, and then just move around. Maybe lean up, feel how the nose goes up and down. Jump around. Try to do 180s, and if you fall like so, it's okay. You're here, you're just getting ready to snowboard, right? So just fall, and when you get up, you're gonna want to take both hands when you get up on your toe edge, take both hands, put them on the ground, push up together, roll on your toe edge like so, keep your arms out in front of you, and stand up slowly like that. So what you're gonna want to do at first is just put your board on, get comfortable, feel how it feels, jumping around, how the board reacts to when you lean on your heels and your high backs. So these are your high backs right here. When you lean back, you feel that your toe edge gets lifted up. So you're gonna test how that works, because that's gonna be key for when you're learning how to slide and connect turns. Also on the toe edge, go up on your toes, just be comfortable. Whole point of this is just getting comfortable with your snowboard. Maybe lean in, see how the board flexes. So now that you feel comfortable with the snowboard, let's move on to the most important step that you're going to need to know before you go to the mountain or before you go up on the chairlift, and that is how to move around one-footed. One-foot navigation is key because this is how you move around the mountain to the chairlifts or to the lodge or to off the top of the chairlift. You're going to need to know how to one-foot and how to maneuver. It's pretty easy. People think it's scary, but it's pretty easy. Just stay calm. So I'll show you how I do it. Like I said, if you are regular, you're going to have your left foot forward, and that's going to be one strapped in. And if you're goofy, you're going to have your right foot forward, and that's the one that's going to be strapped in. So here I have my right foot strapped in, and this is called one-footed, right? You have one foot here, strap in. Like I said before, when you strap in one foot, take your loose foot, put the toes on the board, and then the heel in the snow. And then once you get your binding strapped in, stand up, lift up the board, feel how it feels to have a board connected with one foot. Step on and off the board. You realize that you can stand. It's kind of easier a lot of times to have the board in front of you and having the back foot a little more control than when you stand like this. You can't really see the board, right? But so get comfortable with it, lift it up, walk around with it, turn around, see how the board reacts to you just having it strapped in. It is kind of heavy, you can feel it pulling a little on your ankle, but the boots are stiff enough so it has that support. So now that you feel comfortable just having one foot on, now you have to learn how to glide. And how to skate and glide is how you're going to get from A to B. And all you do is you take your loose foot, you take it to the back, behind the board like so. And when you want to move this way, you just push, step forward, push, step forward, push. And the key is not to push too far past the binding. Just push to about right past the binding. Push, push, because if you push too far, then you're going full splits, and that gets kind of painful sometimes, right? So I'm going to show you real quick, just a little how to push. I have my foot in the back, loose back foot here, behind the heel edge. Have my shoulders turned to where I'm going, and then I just push. Slowly push, slowly push, slowly push. Don't go past the binding, and that's how you push with your foot behind your heel edge. Now some people do like to push with their front foot here. It just feels more natural for them, like so. And it's the same technique. You step up towards your front foot and you push about to the back binding, and then you take another step. Me personally, I like the heel side pushing better, like this. Somehow I just have more control with my body, but a lot of people do prefer this way as well. Whatever you think feels the most comfortable, that's what you're gonna do. So now that you have the push, you can move around without falling. Pushing, pushing, pushing. We're gonna work on the glide. And when I say glide, that means when you push, you step on the board, and you glide. So the trick tip or the hack here with gliding is when you step on the board to glide, you're not gonna stay in the middle here. You're gonna wanna step to the middle of the board, push your back foot out, pushing up against the back binding. And that's gonna give you a lot more control and leverage for when you are gliding. So you can kind of push against the back binding here to turn the board around or to get out of tricky situations. So I'll just show you a couple push glides right now. So you go push, push, glide, foot to the back binding, and we're gliding. Facing forward where you're gonna wanna go is gonna give you more control. Let's do that one more time. Push out to there, push to the back binding, foot on, foot to the back binding, glide, looking out. I'll show you real quick, just coming at you. Push, push, glide, foot back. Push, push, glide, foot back. You can also do it on the front. I'll show you a quick front push. Same technique, push, push, glide, foot back to the back binding. Push, push, glide, foot back to the back binding. So now that you've learned how to glide, now you can kind of cruise anywhere on the mountain flat based. But first I'm going to tell you a little bit about stopping when you're one-footed. So when you're one-footed, it's really easy for people to think that they're going to want to stop by just putting their foot on the ground like so. What happens when you plant your foot on the ground to stop and you're going at full speed, most likely you're going to end up doing the splits like this. And then all your stopping power is here in your groin, and that's kind of painful. So one trick tip is that when you have your foot in glide position on the board, you can either hang your heel off the back like so, And it's going to drag until you come to a complete stop. Or you can hang your toe off of the front of the board like this. And just drag your toe until you come to a complete stop. I'll show you one example. Going down, oh no, I won't stop. Drag your heel, you're going to stop like that every time instead of planting your foot and doing the splits. So when you're gliding one-footed, remember 3 things. Foot to the back of the binding so you get more control and leverage. Stay in an athletic stance and then kind of twist your shoulders to the area you're going to want to go to. If you want to go in this direction, you twist your shoulders in that direction and you're going to go there with more confidence. And then if you want to stop, drag your heel or drag your toe unless you're going to do a quick J-turn stop. So that's it. That is how you one-foot, and those are the things you can work on before you go to the mountain to set yourself up for success on the mountain. So check out the next video where we work on J-turns, one-footed, heel side and toe side, which is what you're going to need to know when you get off the chairlift or the T-bar.